All right, we got episode 2 of our podcast.
We did it.
One raw bite. Middle of winter, I guess, right?
Yeah, holiday season is rapidly approaching.
Yeah. And we're just going to talk over some stuff that we've been talking with clients, other stuff we've been working on personally, and stuff probably going into the new year, and what to expect in your own journey, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. I think our clients are all coming in, or not really coming in, because they're so busy with other areas of their life and family, friends, holiday gatherings, with work, with whatever else comes up, and that at least for what I'm seeing in a lot of fitness places, they're slowing down a little because people aren't coming in, and they're not ready to commit yet because they're so overwhelmed with everything else. Are you seeing that on your side?
Yeah. A lot of family stuff, a lot of parties.
Oh yeah.
A lot of get together stuff, and
a lot of good food.
A lot of good food, yeah. A lot of people eating, a lot of meals, a lot of stuff like that. And I think people kind of know. I mean, I guess it isn't the best time to lock in.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest. I would say the advice I give all my clients, because it's a frustrating time, because there's some people who they lock in anyway. They don't give a shit. They commit because they need to right now for whatever reason. It's important to them. And so for them, and then the ones who just are current, they've been on the journey. I always say, if you can just maintain any progress during this season, you come out on top.
Yeah.
Because most people, you hear you gain 5 or you gain 10 pounds or you lose all your strength because you're too busy to hit the gym.
Right.
So that's the way I look at it. If they can maintain, I'm happy as their dietitian. Same with our team.
Right.
Well,
you got to think in general. I mean, holidays are like basically like a trick on us anyway, because you got all these holidays stacked in a row.
Yeah, just one after the other.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, the New Year. I mean, all these holiday parties, all these different foods for the traditions and everything.
Yeah, it's fast.
So, yeah, definitely. I think it is a harder time on there. It's more about maintaining.
Yeah, it's overwhelming for a lot of people, including myself, and you. I'm sure we have all these obligations, and we want to commit. We want to see our people. We want to take care of everybody, but it's challenging as a business owner too. And I guess the one good thing is, with a little bit of a slower season, we can pull back, we can reflect on the year, and we can say, what the hell needs to change to have a better year going forward.
True, but I feel like also there's no people that are already doing what they need to do. They're showing up and still getting it in.
So that's nice. There's that core group, and that's those are the people that really get me excited.
Yeah,
because I get to see them progress. Because I tell everyone too, like, this is always going to happen. Hopefully, luckily, we're going to wake up next year for Christmas, and we're going to experience that again. And if so, we have to have habits in place.
Oh yeah.
We're not just going to wash it away for a month.
Yeah, you want to have those memories. So what's been going on? You've been posting a lot of different videos.
Yeah.
Tying into people, like people that are only eat almonds or only eat eggs or things like that. What's been going on with those ideas?
I'm putting my ear closer to the ground. I'm listening to what people want to hear, or not just that, but what people are truly going through. I'm onboarding every client. I'm listening to their deep, personal problems, and I'm thinking, how can I address this in our content? How can we address and say, hey, we have a solution to your problem,
right?
But you have to get to know us a little bit. I tell them all, it's very hard calling a random guy on the phone and saying, hey, I hate myself when I look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Who wants to do that?
Right.
But that's what it takes if you want to get the help you need and get the support. And so when they see that video of me screwing around and making jokes, they can see I'm a real person.
Yeah, that's common.
Yeah, everybody on my team's just a real person who loves what they do and they want to help. And you know how that goes. Your videos are hilarious.
Yeah, well, I try to put a little humor in there. I mean, I don't think they've been hitting quite as much as you. Mine have been more educational, but yours have been more funny lately. But
we've been trying it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things like that people relate to, and you kind of learn off other people and see what they're going through, and there's a lot of common things that correlate.
And I think the biggest one is just that everybody's busy and nobody wants to turn their life upside down to reach a result, and I don't blame them.
Right.
I don't want to do it either. I want my cake and I want to eat it too, but there's definitely a fine balance that you have to achieve.
Definitely.
We're not the one that put someone on a diet. we're not the one to cut off all your carbs, but we do have to say what does have to change.
Right.
We have to meet you, we have to get to know you, and that takes a little time to get that understanding and then figure out what the next steps are.
Yeah. What's the biggest I guess lesson from those videos that people could take away that's like helpful?
I would say a lesson from the videos. Well,
because obviously you got the comedic side, and
yeah,
they get what you're saying on there and everything. But what do you think that could be drawn as a good?
I would say take it lightly. Like, we're on this journey. Everybody's on this journey, and it's hard as hell, and it takes a lot of effort. It takes time. It takes money. It takes your family to get on board in some cases. The kids to understand that you're making changes, and now some things may not be happening as often. You might not go out to eat as much because you're trying to save money, or whatever the case may be. But we like having that humorous approach because we want to be relatable.
Yeah, we keep it light.
Yeah, because it can be hard. I can get on the screen every day and say, here's exactly what you need to do from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. if you want to lose body fat.
Right.
And I can take that approach and I can get somebody results from those videos, but everybody knows what to do. It's all out there. You can Google how to lose weight. You can Google how to get strong, but you can't do it personalized.
Yeah.
You can't do it in a way that's going to fit your specific life.
And accountability.
That's what it is. That you want something that works for you, and you want someone to understand you so they can push you in the right way and not just force you to do something that you hate.
Yeah.
Okay. I see that a lot in our industry.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's kind of my takeaway. Just take it light and laugh about it and say, this is hard, but we're in this together.
All right.
Yeah,
it's a team effort.
So what do you think? We've both been posting consistently for a long time now, at least probably a year.
Yeah, it's been for me a little over a year.
Okay.
A year and like 2 months. I got my editor just walked by, Shane.
Yeah, killer.
He's got the new video that he's gonna edit that I put on the drive. Yeah. He's got to use maybe put some nice background pictures and stuff for demonstration.
Cool. But, okay, that'll be cool. Hey, we love you too.
Yeah. But a lot of the stuff with the videos too, and a lot of different things I've been trying to cover that can help other people. Whether that's breaking through plateaus or figuring out issues you have in your own training or where you're at in your training. If you're more of a beginner, an intermediate, advanced, how you should be treating your training, stuff like that.
True. That's the personalized approach. Yeah. And I think, and I'm sure you can agree with this, our clientele has tried 100 things. Yeah. And they follow a lot of people. Right. And they're watching the stuff for a really long time before they DM or before they call.
Oh, yeah.
So you're building up, you're having a conversation with them, whether they're talking back or not. Mm-hmm. And I like when people comment because I get an idea of, what they like and what they want to have help with.
Well, that's how I felt about the latest video I did on reverse hypers.
That's good.
Which is the machine over there.
Oh, yeah.
That was my best video with Shane. He was editing it, but that posted, I think it was a little over 4,000 views on Instagram and almost 100 likes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for a shorter video, it was only probably 30, 40 seconds maybe. But yeah, that one was educational. Because I broke down why you should use a reverse hyper. A lot of people don't know about the reverse hyper. They just
underrated.
See it and what it can do for your back and your glute muscles. See, Shane? And stuff like that. So trying to be more of the helpful side.
Yeah, I think that's very effective because then they'll go try it and be like, holy crap, what else am I missing?
Yeah.
What else could I learn and apply?
Yeah, I mean, they can also cause them to do more research,
Yeah, just I think these little tips and even a funny video can inspire someone to think from a different perspective. Definitely. And it's very easy to get in a habit and think a certain way, and this has to be this certain way, but it doesn't. In this industry, there's a lot of ways to get to the goal.
Well, we get stuck.
Yeah. It's easy to get stuck.
Yeah, we get stuck. That's for sure. Everyone does.
Yeah, 100%. And in the holiday season especially, it's easy to just kind of go through the motions and not really, push yourself, which I understand. Like I said, maintaining it is, a win in itself. So I guess gearing up, things are a little slower. We have our people who are committed. We're helping them, supporting them through this time because they're seeing the whole picture. But January 1st hits. What happens?
I mean, honestly, for me, really nothing because I see like it's like you have a weird mix where either people start right before summer,
See
because
that.
they want to be ready for summer body, which we all know should be pretty consistent throughout the year. Even though if you might bulk and
Yes.
stuff, but it should stay pretty
365.
not that hardcore, but pretty
But
consistent at least. You know,
you want to be thinking about it.
true, yeah, have an idea, but I think, and then also, but though I think, regardless of the stigma on it, is a new year, so it allows people
Yeah.
to start fresh and set different goals. Like the one guy, Cam Burton, he set some different ones. Doing
Nice.
cardio consistently each week.
That's
just in
big.
there for heart health.
That's
nothing
important.
else.
Yeah,
And,
you need that.
You know, he doesn't need to lose any weight or fat or anything, but just for the cardio side, and then also doing like more abdominal work, more ab work, strengthen the
That's
abs.
cool.
You know, little goals like that I think are definitely achievable.
Of course, yeah, and I think you know I don't have a stigma on the new year at all. Like it truly is a time where things slow down in our schedules, where the parties are over. We can just take a breath and focus on
True.
the year ahead, and it's refreshing. It's exciting. Like I love it. I was a New Year's person back in the day. I
Yeah.
walked in Planet Fitness like 10 years ago, and I was like, me and my buddy Eric, you know, and we're like, let's figure this out, you know, and that's how it started.
So it does work.
Yeah, and you know, it's an inspiring time.
Right.
I love this time of year.
So what do you think? What's something you've learned recently that you think everyone can take away to help them? Not necessarily anything to do with you know, the New Year's resolutions or anything that we've been talking about, but just in general, anything you learned recently from a client or from a book or anything
in general that I learned
that would help other people. You think?
Oh man, that's good. Well, I have this quote in my head a lot, but I told this to one of my clients. We went to the gym together, you know, just kind of hanging out too, and we were talking about how I was, you know, doing my thing lifting. He's like, "How long have you been lifting?" I said, "Well, like 8 years on and off. You know, I probably took a couple year gaps and screwing around,
and then getting consistent training.
Yeah. So consistently, like 3 or 4 maybe,
Yeah.
and he was like, yeah, he's in his mid-40s, so he was like, I wish I started then. I said, hey, you probably heard this before. You know, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And then the next best time is today.
Yeah, right.
You know, and so he really liked that. So maybe someone else has not heard that quote.
True.
Could learn from that, where it's easy to compare yourself to others. It's easy to beat yourself up.
Even something's better than nothing. I like that one.
Yeah, that's a classic.
What's up, buddy?
It's true. What's up, dude?
Got Cam Ash here.
Yeah.
Showing us how it's done.
But that's that's the name of the game. Something is better than nothing. You don't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Just start.
Like
yeah. So I'm gonna flip it on you. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I've been reading some different stuff. I just read a new book called The Max Muscle Plan. By Brad Schoenfeld, I think that's how you say his name.
Okay.
But I didn't do that. I did it for my extra credits for continuing education for my certifications to renew them. Took exam online and stuff like that. But that was interesting on there. It kind of broke down something I never really thought, because a lot of people know if you got phases of training, you can do strength and then hypertrophy or muscle building, right? That's a common one. People get stronger, then they work on building muscle. But this one introduced something there which I really never paid attention to before, which was where you would do strength, then a metabolic phase, and then a hypertrophy phase. So metabolic would be more like the 15 to 20 rep range for sets with like 30 to 45 second rest. So it would work more of that actual like lactic acid side, you know, because we're always thinking about lift heavy and create muscle damage and everything. But there is a third component, which is that lactic acid, that burn, that huge pump, and kind of focus maybe a month in there in between, so you're in better condition to do higher rep 12 sets of 8 to 12, 7 to 12, stuff like that for hypertrophy or muscle building.
So what's the rep range in the metabolic phase?
15 to 25
for a set.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
in a 40
more the endurance.
30 to 45 second rest.
Yeah, that's insane. So pretty lightweight.
Lighter, but it would come still to like reps in reserve or rate of perceived exertion.
So what would the RP be?
I mean, the RIR would be roughly around between like 2 and 4.
Oh, okay.
But the RP, I don't know offhand. Maybe it would probably be
6 to 8.
Yeah, probably like 8 to 9, maybe.
Oh, nice.
8 to 9, because it's only for about a month or so. Yeah, but I mean, you get the
a good month.
Different stimulus, and it'll get you prepped for the classic 8 to 12 rep range and everything else. You'll be in
Yeah,
better shape, better condition. So I like that idea.
that makes sense. I think a lot of people overlook conditioning.
Yeah, or stick in one way. That's my thing on there is you could take away different um, types of training besides just lift heavy sets of 3, 5, 6, 7, or just everybody likes to stick to 8 to 12.
Yeah,
Maybe you can actually diversify a little bit, not lose gains. Do a month of 15 to 25 reps. So maybe
that
different
sounds like
stimulus.
pretty different, but
Yeah.
pretty valuable.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have based off that book, the one guy Zach Burton, he's gonna start Monday.
Oh, cool.
The whole thing, it's like a whole 8-month program, but I'm gonna put him on it and have him try it out.
With all three of those phases.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's a break-in phase first, so that he's ready.
You gotta be ready
enough to make sure he can handle all that workload. So.
Well, that's good. Yeah, kind of gear him up mentally and physically.
Working up.
So there's all those different phases. There's hypertrophy, there's strength, there's the metabolic phase now, which is really cool. I'd like to learn more about. But someone's walking in, they never walked in the gym ever. Maybe 10 years ago, whatever.
Right, yeah.
But they come to you, they're like, Keith, I'm ready to get jacked and tan and look good. What's the approach that you take as far as those phases? Do you even talk about that?
No, I mean half the stuff that I learn and know, no one, it never comes up, nor do they ask, or I apply it and they don't even know.
Just kind of on your side, like you're just saying, hey, this should do this,
right? And that's what like Shane said the one time. He said he's like, well, reading this book, like if you just read this new book that was 300 whatever pages it was, there's no way that you actively communicate all of this information because it only applies to certain categories. When you first start lifting,
specific things.
Yeah, it should be basic. It should be consistency. It should be a lot of the basic movements: bench, squat, rows, maybe pull-ups and chin-ups, stuff like that. All those basic ones first, in consistency are the number one, and then form thrown in there. You want to have good form, but all that is where the consistency comes in. And you don't really need to get anything very specific to start. Now, if you're talking about as fast, you could of course go faster. So that's where we come in. Obviously, with you in nutrition and me with lifting, it's going to be faster because we can hit form right away. I know what to look for, what exercises, muscles you should put in there. So it makes it faster and it does make it more efficient for people. But besides that, if you're going to start on your own or anything, just get in the gym, consistent, start with some main movements. Don't make it complex and just continue to kind of learn. And it'll start to make more sense. Then when you're lifting for maybe 6 months up to a year, then that's where things start to show up a little bit. Maybe different adjustments are needed and things like that.
Okay, I like that. And I kind of, sometimes I'll explain this to a client if they're like, well, why should I hire you when I can Google a meal plan? You said it best, like you get to the result faster because say you're doing it on your own. You start here and you want to get here.
Yeah,
you're going to do this. You're going to stop here and check out the cardio. You're going to check out this Stairmaster.
Right.
You're going to check out the keto, and you're going to do all this swinging around to get here. And it might take you 10 years, where with us, it might take you 1 year.
Yeah.
Just straight to it.
Same thing too. AI is a really good tool to help anybody, but obviously just like it's not human. So there's a lot of things it doesn't know that we cover, other trainers cover, people that have been lifting for years. They know the deal. They know a lot more. We know a lot more than going with just an AI because there's a human component. You got obstacles.
You can relate.
Things that come up, things that you wouldn't even think about, small adjustments that you don't even know how to identify in a squat or a lift or in your food, dietary, your probiotics, your stomach health, your vegetable side, your intolerances, things that are still a lot easier when you have someone that's done or been through it themselves.
Exactly, because it's just sometimes it's too nuanced. Sometimes it's not just 2 + 2 is 4.
Yeah.
We have to say, oh, you do have a stomach ache when you eat this certain food. Let's dig a little deeper.
Right.
Where you might not have had that brought up if you're just Googling things.
Yeah, true.
So that's important for sure. And I guess, so tell me this, like, as a practitioner who I like to lift, but I don't like train people.
Right.
And if there's other practitioners watching this, what I tell my client is I'm always gearing them up to come see you or go to a gym or do something. It depends on the personalized, whatever they need. But I try to get my clients to visit you sometimes. And I tell them, I'm like, hey, because they never want to do it right away.
Yeah.
So we talk about it, and they ask me what I think they should do.
Yeah.
And so what I basically tell them is, and basically I'm trying to
same thing I do.
take it from what you would say.
Right. Yeah. We take each other's kind of perspective that we think that would help them. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to kind of like put it in their words. So I'm basically telling them, just do something.
Yeah.
What do you have at home?
Right.
Start there.
Sure.
Because they don't want to really jump into the gym yet.
Yep, I get that.
So I'm like, what do you have at home? Do you have bands? Do you have dumbbells? Whatever they have. And then we work from there. So I'm usually saying, whatever you have that's heavy, just start to lift it. And then you gave me that free beginner program. It's a one-pager, and I love it. And I give that to a lot of clients.
I think that's on, or I have a link to that in my Instagram bio. And
okay.
I think maybe my Facebook too. But yeah.
Good. Raw Iron Fitness Club.
Yeah. Well,
so check that out.
Yeah, the Raw Iron Club.
Just Raw Iron Club, my bad. But no, that's important because I give that to a lot of clients.
Yeah, I mean, you have some. We put some. You have pages.
Oh,
in there.
that one too. Yeah.
That one.
That's a whole book.
Yeah. It's like 20 pages. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice.
That's what I was talking about. That was linked. Yeah, but the one you're talking about, little handout with some different stuff.
Yeah, it's like a one pager with basic stuff that most people would have at home.
Yeah.
And so I give them that, and I'm like, just do this and tell me how it went, and then we'll kind of go from there. And they'll usually be like, I was pretty sore, or like, I didn't realize that was pretty tough.
Doesn't take much.
Yeah. Oh. And then they get pretty motivated. Yeah. So I guess my long story short is I give them that. I tell them lift heavy, do something. But what would you want me, if you were me in that setting and you're in my shoes, what would you want me to say to get them to feel comfortable and confident that they can lift and they can achieve results with it?
Well, I would say to first have them just kind of assess what they have. If they have some dumbbells or a band, a lot of people have bands, or their kids have bands left around or stuff like that.
Okay.
Whatever equipment they have, then just a couple exercises, like you said. There's that list that I had given you, but just a couple exercises that they could really have an easy barrier to entry on.
Yeah.
So maybe some curls with the band, or if it's lightweight, maybe a little press on the floor. Just a couple little things, just to show them that they can progress. Really, that's what they need to see. Like, okay, I was doing this week, and now 3 weeks later, I can do 5 more reps a set or something.
Yeah, I
just
feel
really
like
bare bones.
It's just like building the confidence.
Yeah,
like that's what I try to focus on the most with in any situation. You know, if someone's coming for support, then we can build their confidence.
Of course, yeah.
We can give them a sense of autonomy where they can reach results on their own. Yeah, and that's what we want for our clients.
We're all about. If you think about it, I guess then we're. Me and you are both very about self-improvement.
Yeah.
In all aspects of our life. So, I chose fitness, and you chose nutrition. You know a lot about fitness too. You've been lifting for years. I know a lot about nutrition.
Yeah, and vice versa.
And stuff like that, and that crosses over. But in general, we like to help people. So, and we try to improve on ourselves, so then we can help other people that aren't in our shoes yet or are working towards it. We've been through those obstacles. Yeah. So, in reality, it kind of crosses over to anything. It could be the clients talking about buying their first home, and then you're like, hey, let me give you a couple tips. Like I've already bought a couple homes now.
Yeah.
Something with me, it could be like, oh, what do you think about making some changes with stuff in my house? Like layout of my house and investing and things like that. Just other things. It's similar stuff. It's just about self-improvement in general. So if anybody wants to improve in any other area, then it's just going to be the same way with lifting. So they're going to have that. Yeah. That if you guide them towards it a little bit, then they'll see that.
And so, tell me this: I kind of see what I do and what you do as like a gateway drug into self-improvement. Like, we have people come in, they'll lose weight, and they'll be like, "Wait, the rest of my life is pretty fucked up too.
True.
I want to start addressing stuff."
That's what it is. Yeah.
And they talk to their partner, or they talk to their employer, or they talk to their sibling. They think about things in a different way.
100%. Yeah, I've had clients get
cool.
They're like, I'm going to get a new job.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
I've had that happen. Yeah. And like, because they just kind of get those balls, they get that confidence. Yeah. They're like, I can achieve what I want to achieve.
Of course,
and I think this is such a good way to do it because it's controllable. You can walk in and say, I want to lose 5 pounds, or I want to gain 5 pounds,
right?
Put 20 pounds on my bench, and when you do it, you're like, okay, I said I wanted to do something, and then I did it, and now your word means more,
right?
And then you start to believe in yourself more, and it's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, I mean, I hope more people get in the gym and get into stuff because it's helped our lives a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, it's given me a perspective. Like, it doesn't matter where you come from or who you are. Like, you can just work together, and you can have, like, this is to me like a common ground. Like, we're all in here trying to be better.
Yeah.
No one's in here trying to get weaker and
True.
smaller.
Yeah.
You know, they want to do something with themselves.
It carries over. We want to strengthen our mental and everything else.
Yeah, it builds.
So, what has there been anything recently that has kind of changed your thoughts on anything? In terms of obviously somewhat in the cocoon of that could help others.
Well, I'll give you the hot one.
Okay.
GLP-1s.
Okay.
You know, I have to lay it out.
Yeah.
So I like what they do metabolically, but behaviorally, I think it's very hard, because now you can have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
And now you're saying, oh, I can take this, I can change nothing about my habits and get a result that I've never achieved before without any effort. But we have a lot of clients that use them, and I like them, and I refer to providers, my buddy Josh, a lot. But the thing is, a lot of people just think it's a cheat code.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it almost kind of is.
Right.
For now.
Yeah, I feel the same way on it, because I've had a lot of clients, they, them or their friends, they would take it for, say, a decent amount of time. It could be 6 months, could be a year, a little longer. They, a lot of them average like a 15 pound, 10 pound at least gain back. And if they
once they stop.
Yeah, once they stop. If they didn't, at least if they didn't secure habits and eat the right way they should have been eating, getting their nutrition in and things like that after, or the exercise factor. If you just don't do it, any of that, and then remove that shot, then you're in a bit of trouble there.
Yeah, it's kind of a safety net. And like with any of my clients that I've, kind of talked them into, hey, this is probably a good idea for you. We had long talks many times, and they understand, the effects it can have, and, what it is going to do as far as not just side effects, but the mental effects.
Yeah.
And so they're in the game where I've kind of described it like, you're paving that road first.
Right.
And they're paving that road with the foundational habits, the sleep, the lift, the water, the calories. They're getting what their body needs. And then you're driving on that road with the GLP-1. You're getting to where you want to go faster. True. Because it can amplify your efforts and metabolically align you better with your hormones and all that good stuff. Yep. So that's what I've been telling my people. And when someone comes in and they ask my thoughts, I think I want to get to know you before I tell you to get on one.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that's where a lot of providers go wrong.
Yeah, I got to know where they're at, and I don't know. I don't know. It's just it's a new medication. So.
Yeah, and it's it's been around for a while now, but it's so new.
Well, newer
to
with the
consumer.
semi-glutides and the compounds, instead of straight.
Yeah.
For insulin and the way they used to do it, it seemed like.
Definitely, no, you're right. It's taken over, but I think we are now, and we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Like, we're going to begin to shift our approach and say, hey, we have strategies that help you specifically if you're on this, because the foundational habits apply to everybody. But now we have to kind of make sure, like, hey, if you're using this thing, we have a strategy that can help you minimize side effects and minimize the after effects, which I don't think a lot of people are seeing now or thinking about now.
A lot of people too have to think about, say, you're going to the gym to get stronger so that you can do daily stuff more, better.
Yeah,
I have a client that was able to lift big paper boxes that were probably 60 pounds each and carry it up. Things like that you're trying to get stronger, go up the steps, play with your kids better. And then the same thing with you. If you're on that GLP-1 or any of the similar ones, your stomach's probably still going to hurt if you're not eating good food. You're going to have these other issues that you're still not addressing, intolerances and things. So that's where you come in. So it's not an answer to all, because you lose fat, that's cool, but there's all these other issues, inflammatory issues, and things that mess with your body. So
so I guess my perspective overall, it's really a good thing, but you have to come in with the understanding of the effects it'll have, not just constipating you, but also what is it going to change in your behavioral patterns, so you can think, why do I have these patterns in the first place? And you can address them while you're on the shot, which is boosting your motivation and boosting your confidence, because you're seeing a result. Where it's easy to start seeing results and say, hey, I know everything and I'm good.
I'm good to go. Just like ignorance is bliss, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
And you can definitely trick yourself when everything's going your way.
yeah.
Sometimes it feels like it's your fault, but sometimes you're just getting lucky. And I don't think anyone's getting lucky and cheating the system or anything, but you always want to think, am I doing the best that I can? I think that's the bottom line.
Yeah, and the grass is always green on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah,
but it's
100%.
not.
yeah. There's a cost to everything, good and bad. There's pros and cons.
Yeah, I mean it's tough too when a lot of them when you see commercials, it'll be like Serena Williams or something, or athletes, like or former athletes, people that can already that have done the work or could do the work to lose whatever fat they have to lose, but they choose to go pay out commercial mode. So.
Yeah, and they're not using the product,
right?
But it is what it is. That's tales old as time.
Yeah,
marketing. So yeah, that's the classic.
That's cool. How's your lifting going?
Good. I'm just trying to get there. I'm just trying to show up. So we went from 4 days a week to 5, so we could spread it out a little. And I like that because and the reason I want to do it is so that I can build a habit. That's one more chance per week to lock in a habit. And I feel like it's helped overall, but it can also lead to frustration if I only got 4 workouts this week.
What do you think the tips you could give people for because you're super busy, you run your own business, you got real estate, you got stuff with your brother and your family. I mean, you got a lot of things going on, right?
Yeah.
Employees. What are some tricks you have that you think people could apply to stay consistent if you're staying fairly consistent throughout all that?
And I'll pat myself on the back a little and say I've been pretty consistent. And in earlier times in my life, I was not as locked in, and I paid the price. But I'd say now I'm consistent enough. And I guess the higher level answer is just that I'm making that decision to fucking commit.
Right in.
Like, do I want to go every day? No. No. Rarely do I ever. But once I'm there, I love it.
Yeah.
Once I leave, I feel good about myself.
That's true.
And every time I'm there, I see somebody I know, and I get to chat and hang out a little, and that's nice. I get to catch up with people.
Yeah.
But like a real answer would be put it on the calendar. I think this is the classic that we give people. Put your lift on the calendar, just like you would a doctor's appointment, just like you would your training or your dietitian appointment. Like, put it on there and make it concrete.
Yeah.
Don't skip it. Don't overlook it.
Right.
Don't get used to changing
Something
it around.
Maybe doesn't even have to be the whole workout.
Yeah.
A couple of them.
Put 15 minutes. And I guess another good one. I tell this to clients a lot, and usually it blows their mind because they're not thinking about it this way. But you can take what you have to do and break it up.
Yeah.
And this would work probably more for like if you're trying to get more steps in or walk more. But if we talk about, hey, 30 minutes 3 times a week is a good goal, we could do 15 minutes 6 times a week.
Yeah.
Or we could do 15 minutes twice a day.
True.
3 days a week. And breaking it up like that makes it more achievable and bite size.
Something that helped too there is, I mean, obviously, Jarrod has his email list. I have my email list.
Yeah.
Some things I covered the one week when I sent it out, because I send mine out on Mondays, is just give yourself 10 minutes. Go to the gym, just do 10 minutes, and I think in the email I might have said 5 minutes, but either way, 5 or 10 minutes, go in the gym and just start your workout. And if you really don't feel good enough to finish that workout, then go home.
Go home.
Yeah.
Just bounce.
That's it. The world's not over.
Yeah, and I think it would be such a rare occurrence for that to happen.
Yeah.
I've had to do that with myself. And sometimes I do that with work. I'm like, I have this big project or this big system issue I got to fix. I'm like, this is my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm going to set a 5-minute timer.
Right.
And I'm just going to do it for 5 minutes. I'm going to commit, and I'm not going to bitch about it.
Yep.
And after that timer's over, I'm like, I'm having fun now. I'm getting stuff done.
Just going to lock in.
Yeah. And I think going from 0 to 1 is the hardest step.
Yeah.
Walking in the gym the first time or calling one of us the first time, it's like, this could really go bad.
Yeah.
This could really suck. But
yeah. I agree. So what do you think? Maybe we do a little question answering.
Yeah.
To end it out. Maybe a little selection of questions.
That sounds like fun.
What do you think?
Yeah, I like that.
We'll do that.
Okay. So, I'm in.
I'm stuck on a plateau. What's the first thing you check? I would say lifting wise, making sure that you're doing enough enough volume, enough sets in total. You're working the muscle group you're actually trying to work, and you're resting and sleeping consistently.
That's going to be a big one. On my side, definitely the sleep. That's a big one. But honestly, I would tell them, let's take it back. What is the overall goal? Yeah. What progress have we made? What progress do we still want to make? Okay. And then based on that progress you want to make, what do you think the habits need to be to get there? And then we kind of just talk through, and then we would what I like to do is look at their whole day. Say, walk me through, a day that you feel you should be making that progress. And then we figure it out together, and we might see a couple holes in there that we could fix up, add some protein, or, take a couple deep breaths, or whatever the case is. Yeah. It always depends.
Yeah, that's a good selection.
Thanks.
So I like that. Can't stop late night snacking. How do I break the habit?
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
What's yours on that?
We've all been there. So late night snacking, I would say, what are you doing earlier in the day?
Sure.
Are you having breakfast? Number one, I'm catching everybody on breakfast, man.
Big time.
And then from there, also lunch and dinner. Are you having dinner too early? Are you having dinner at 4 p.m. because that's when you and the kids have time? Can you take that dinner, have half at 4 and half at 7? A lot of clients like doing that. It depends on the situation always, but that's where I'm coming from. What's the rest of the day look like?
Because it's nutrient dense. Are we getting protein? You getting fiber, right?
Yeah, is the quality there? That's always going to be important.
I agree with that. See you, Cam Ash.
See you later, man.
How much check-in / support do I actually need to stay on track? I think this is a great question. From my perspective, it completely depends.
100%.
If you're under more stress and duress, you need more. So
yeah,
they're going to need like someone that can handle it and they can handle high stress and they're not as stressed or somewhere in that boat. Then maybe that's for them. Might even only be once a month. That might be once every 3 weeks. Maybe something like that. But if you're handling, you got more stress going on, more things you need to be held accountable, or you want more hands-on. Then that could be once a week, that could be twice a week, could be 3 times a week. It really just depends, I think.
Could be daily. I have clients, same situation. We have all ends of the spectrum where, also you want to look at what does the support system look like at home? Is your husband helping you out or cheering you on, or are they kind of bringing you down? Or is your wife like, oh, I want to eat this tonight with you, but you're on this plan, and we have those moments where we have to have self-control, and sometimes a little reminder from one of us, like, hey, you're doing great, don't give up. Like something like that goes a really long way.
Sure.
I like hearing that. I like when my clients send me wins. That is a check-in for me.
That's a good point. Covering, it's not just us, obviously. It's the family, it's the friends, everybody around you.
Yeah. Maybe. We're just one little cog in that support system.
And if you need someone that's a pillar of support, then here we are.
Yeah, I'd say we're pretty rock solid when it comes to giving the support.
Right.
So
if you got an unpredictable schedule, how do you make that work? I think in that scenario, all you have to do is follow some of the simple rules. Something's better than nothing.
Yeah.
A lighter, smaller workout completely 100% counts. If you can only do 20 minutes or 15 minutes 3 times a week or twice a week, that's way better than nothing.
Hell yeah.
And finding out your sweet spots. We got Cam Burton here. Just came in. He's ready to lift.
The biggest muscles in the game.
So
I think that's pretty
anything
good.
like that, yeah. I don't. It doesn't even have to be. It doesn't even have to be the same thing. It could be different things on each day. If you have, I would pay attention to certain windows you have open more. We usually don't think about it like this, but certain times, like, is there a high chance probability I'm free the morning of Thursday or something?
Yeah, and I would say I would just add one thing to that, like focusing on what's in your control.
Right.
If you get stuck in traffic and you miss your workout, don't beat yourself up. Like, shit happens, basically, bottom line. Yeah. But if you're at work and there's certain things in front of you that you feel like won't support the goal you have, then try your best to walk away.
Yeah.
And if they do support your goal, have them. Get a free lunch. We love a free lunch.
Heck yeah.
So it just depends where they're at.
That's good. I like that. What? Well, I guess if anybody's had if anybody has any ideas or questions, if you could just let us know for our next episode. And then also, if anybody's done anything so far or tried anything that we've talked about at all, to let us know, comment, or shoot us a message. We always like to know if people are improving and able to use this information to improve.
100%. I'll just second that and say we're just trying to put out more information to help you grow on your journey. So if you like this, tell us, then we'll do it more.
Yeah,
if
so
you
we know.
hate this, we'll shut the camera
Right?
off.
Yeah, we can shut the
know?
camera down forever.
Or we'll just film us working out and cooking meals.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
We want to bring something to the table that you're going to consume and enjoy and build from and work for your journey. You know, it's not just something we like to hear ourselves talk, of course, but we want it to be valuable.
Yeah.
So
and we'll work on we'll bring this on to different platforms. I know a lot of people, they want it on maybe like Spotify or some other podcast service.
Yeah, we could do that. So that
on YouTube they don't have to keep the screen open if they don't have YouTube.
Yeah, if you want to hit this on your commute, you know, we just want to bring something that you're going to enjoy. So we want to bring the education. We want to bring actionable tips. Education is great, but if you're not going to do anything about it, what's the point? So we want to teach you something and teach you that knowledge, but help you actually get it done too. And that's where, you know, if you call one of us, we'll do that. But we can do a lot of damage just from you listening to this.
True.
So it's free. Take advantage.
Awesome.
You know, so where can they find you on Instagram?
They can find me at the Raw Iron Club on Instagram.
Yep. Okay.
Same thing on Facebook, therawIronClub.com. My YouTube is you just be Keith Cutlip. I put it on there to find, and which is what this is going to be on. And yeah, what about you?
Perfect. Instagram's a big one. We do a lot of content on there. That's One Bite at a Time LLC. Please give us a follow. You know, we have funny stuff, we have educational stuff, but overall, it's just meant to help you, whether it's lighten your day and give you some humor or give you something to take home and apply. That's a big one. Same on Facebook. You know, we got a Facebook page. And,
yeah, I think we got TikTok. I'm Raw Iron Club. I think you're.
Yeah, One Bite at a Time. Yeah, TikTok. But anyway, you can catch us. We want to help. So if it's text, DM, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, whatever.
And we appreciate you listening. So
yeah, seriously, you're taking time out of your day to do it.
So even if it's the last podcast got 13 views. So
that's
those
13 people.
Yeah, those 13 people, they watched.
And we know the game. So. We're not in this to go viral tomorrow. If we can help 13 people,
that's good.
We did our job.
Heck yeah.
So we can help 14 this time. I'd be more than happy.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This was a great talk. I appreciate it.
Anytime. We'll see you soon.